adventurers, and welcome to the Drunken Pony Pub. My name is Brad, and I will be your DM and your barkeep for this evening. So grab a drink, grab a seat, and let's get started. Where we last left off, our newly appointed members of the Time Watch were on a journey north towards evolution. You guys stopped and had a meal. You broke a prisoner out of jail by paying his bail.
No, I broke him out.
And you found yourself in the city of Newgrange, where a large-scale bar fight was happening. Corbin mended some of the poor patrons who had been beaten half to death, and you made friends with apparently a local, or at least a frequenter of the bar, and you all had a restful night's sleep. You woke up the next morning, and I believe you're continuing your journey up towards evolution.
Yep.
Also, I do want to point out that that's probably the most animated you've been in any of the intros so far.
What do you mean? Most excited?
Yeah, animated. Like, you're turning into a real YouTuber.
Oh, I'm talking about, hey guys, what's up?
Because you put cocaine.
Make sure to slap
What's
that
up,
like
poniers?
button. Oh,
No.
God.
What's up, ponies?
Okay.
No.
No.
God damn
That's
it.
where I leave.
Wrong
We now have
demographic.
to change.
Bronies! Thanks for joining us.
There's
There's a line, and I
the
crossed it.
active
Yeah,
ingredient.
yeah, no.
There's the active ingredient in a drunken pony is cocaine.
Ah, yes, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Hello, adventurers. Welcome to the Drunken Pony Pub.
Hey, they can't see it now.
They can't see the line.
They can't see the lines, but we're doing them. This is not an admission to guilt.
All right, so anyways, you guys wake up, and you're heading towards evolution, right? So the
Yes.
road from here does go two different directions once again, straight out of Newgrange. It goes northwest and northeast. So you can refer to your map to see which way you need to go.
It would be northeast.
It would be northeast, yeah.
I have no idea.
Well,
I show you the map.
that's not surprising.
Because there's just a river to the west.
Well,
What did I
we also
do
went
to
north
you?
the first time, then east the second time towards Royal.
You guys should have a map.
Yeah,
I believe he sent it out.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah, they don't have the roads though, so we don't.
It's all
good.
There are not roads. If somebody wanted to ever print this and maybe draw the roads on it, that could be a cool addition.
I'm drawing enough. Fuck you.
I mean for everybody else.
Somebody else could do this.
Somebody
for
could print this on a big sheet, and start drawing roads in as you learn them.
Oh, with my,
That'd be kind of a cool addition.
my huge
Sketching
backlog
the
of
towns that you
artistic
haven't seen
talent.
before.
Or what would be cool is if just so we make sure we get it right, if the DM sent us the updated roadmap. As
Every
go
time
over.
we do.
Every
time
time.
you go.
every single time.
I think it's more fun to have you guys. I tell you what, I will try and this week print one and start it with everything you found so far, and somebody else can continue.
That would be. I would be.
That sound good?
And
My handwriting's awful, by the way.
we'll probably have to put it on the Discord. We have
Sure.
a Discord.
Oh yeah, we do have one of those. Hey, can the link possibly be in this video?
We've already done this joke.
Hey, can the link possibly be in this video?
No.
I don't find
Oh,
that
okay.
very funny.
Yes, I will
Cool.
put it into the
I don't know. Push the tab bar down and find out.
If you can print off a good one, then don't worry about the road thing.
No, I can start it. It's fine. All right, so you guys are on your journey again. You believe that evolution is a little bit over a day's journey, or really right at a day's journey. So either you could go through the night and arrive at the start of morning, maybe darkest part of night sort of time period, or you could rest one more time and then arrive there in mid-morning, midday.
I say we travel through the night. Get it in, and then we have all day in the city.
I mean, you did say earlier that traveling through the night could be dangerous, but, I mean, this close between big cities,
Yeah, I don't think
it's probably not that bad.
Actually-
You do know that
No.
these are both loyalists. You're in the loyalist area. Now,
Right.
These are people who are not Time Watch.
I
For
was
sure.
going to say, but also,
That being said, you guys don't have any marking on you that says, hey, I'm part of the Time Watch.
yeah, and if you're
Yeah,
day's
no
journey.
markings whatsoever. None.
Ask me about my time watch.
Yeah, if you're a day's
not much
journey
sense.
between like big
I'm pretty
cities,
sure this
it's
is a
probably
pyramid
not that
scheme.
It
I've heard
is.
about
It
these.
definitely is.
Time shares, time watch. What's the difference?
It's the same idea. Yeah, so overall, following the roads, you guys could cross everything between the woods and the bottom, like Blackwater area, in about 8-9 days or so. Probably 9 more. This is not a huge continent overall. It's actually, you really could call all of these islands more than anything. That being said, there's a lot happening in these areas, so
Very dense population.
it is very dense. Alright, so you guys traveling through the night?
Yep.
Yep.
You guys hit the road,
And then the road hits you.
And then the road smacks you right in the face.
20 d20s.
What's the level of exhaustion?
Is, I believe,
This-
skill checks?
Disadvantage on skills
Skills?
ability checks.
I mean, are we pushing into exhaustion territory? I
No,
don't-
not at all.
I
I
don't
mean,
think
I'm thinking that I might be.
I'll let you
look
make a
busy.
constitution save. Alright. Just to see if you get exhausted.
I'm exhausted.
You're exhausted? Okay.
Yeah.
Just for pushing through the night, you'll take 1 exhaustion.
No.
What is everybody's constitution score?
16.
16.
Anybody less than 12?
12 exactly.
12 exactly? Don't worry about the exhaustion.
Okay.
Because you're just going one day through the night. You continue another day, everyone's
Okay.
going to automatically get one, whether they try it or not.
Alright.
Alright, so you're good. Alright, you guys push through the night. You pass by one cart going towards Newgrange. Looks like they're set up for a long travel. On the back, actually, everybody give me a perception check, if you even care. If you're busy in a book or something, don't worry about
Yeah, that's a good point.
14.
Natural 20.
11.
11.
Which
Natural 20. You both notice the back is loaded with definitely mechanical parts, which is unusual. That's definitely the first time you've seen anything like this. Limbs, mechanical heads, things like that. There is definitely a construct sitting in the back, but it does not seem to be powered on.
Female?
It seems to be powered off. No, it's a male.
damn.
But
Well, we get
they're
your
they're
boyfriend.
mostly agendered, to be honest with you, unless they've really come to life. Like he seems way more sentient than any other construct you've ever met,
The only
with
other
the
concept
exception
I've met
of
is
possibly Jim
Jolly.
Jolly, who really still could arguably be not considered having feelings or anything.
Yeah.
But this one is completely powered down, has no life in it whatsoever, and it's sitting on its rear end, arms to the side, just traveling this way in the cart.
Hey, guys. Nomad goes nowhere without one of us with him.
Upgrades, people.
Agreed.
There's a very high likelihood that he
Why
might get
you-
hit robot napped.
Okay, well, disguise time. Trying to fill off someone's face and put it on me.
Put yourself a little
Britain's
fake
hair.
mustache
Yes.
and some.
Oh, yes.
Turn into Bob.
Oh yeah, didn't you keep the hair?
Does anybody have a disguise kit?
Yes. Actually.
Yes.
Do them up.
I think
You
that's
could-
makeup.
It is
Yeah.
mostly makeup. You could make the robot look like a Voldemort, I guess.
I have a set of common clothes.
We're doing this.
Or
I have
alternatively,
a cloak on.
one of you could just pretend to be his owner, and that would probably suffice, judging from what you know.
Which of us would most likely be able to afford it?
Britton looks at you immediately.
Yeah.
I didn't want to assume.
Yeah.
Okay.
I still smell like cat piss.
Corbin's just
It's
like, just wanted
weird
to make
because
sure
I've
replaced.
prestidigitation with that. That's not going away, and I don't know why.
It doesn't go away.
I think
It's
he
just part of his
continues to
sense.
piss on himself.
Likely.
I do sometimes. Yeah.
You travel through the night.
I get excited.
That's weird.
It's
When it-
psychological, but it is not something to be shamed for. Good work.
When it hits dark, everything is just very eerily quiet through here. You didn't even really notice the sound of birds and wildlife before, but now that it's not here, you're very acutely aware of its absence. The wind pushes through the tall grass on the sides of the road very softly. Every once in a while, you'll hear the sound of a wolf far, far north. And you'll hear a few more. Nothing seems to be approaching the road, though. They seem to have learned better than to try and pick off most of the travelers here. Don't run into any bandits. This road is well enough secured that doesn't seem to be an issue. Coming close to sunrise, maybe an hour before, the road is lit. You notice small blue lights along the side. You look down to examine them, and it's definitely magical in nature. It seems to be almost set up like an alarm spell of some kind, but it lights as people get near it. Looking closer, there seems to be a mechanical aspect as well. The trip for the alarm seems to be some sort of wire that's buried underneath the ground. So as you walk, the road begins to light up. And that goes on for the last mile, leading up towards the City of Evolution, which you see long before you hear or
That's a lot of
see
lights.
anything else. It is well lit, the whole city. There is bustle and commotion you can hear as you get close. This city has nightlife beyond anything that you've seen in any other city. The entrance itself is lit with another form of light which you've never seen. It seems to be in a tube. These tubular lights which line around the sides of the arch. There are two guards standing on the outside. They have a very, very set uniform, which again is not like anything you've seen. It seems the metal plates are affixed to what looks like leather armor. So it seems to be a combination of plate and leather, if that was ever a thing. Pleather. They have helmets which have a visor which slides as opposed to lifts up. It's very similar to a normal knight's helm, but the visor actually slides to the top of their head instead of lifting up. And they are checking people as they walk in. Not many people on the road right now, though. You see one other person go through, and you guys are pretty much the next ones to get to the front of the gate.
So are we at the gate right now?
You guys are getting close to it. There are some homes on the outside which are not lit like the main city, and you pass those as you go through.
Are we carrying any contraband that would get us in trouble? No, we're pretending that I own you.
Me.
Yes. What do you? Him. Yes. That can be hidden. Or do they seem to be doing like physical searches? Like, does it seem like a tail or ears?
From what you can tell on that person, you're not sure.
Okay.
They did give them a brief pat down, but it didn't seem thorough.
You will. I don't think they'll notice.
He has a fucking bomb on him.
Now let's talk about that.
All right, let's all step off the side of the road for a moment and get our affairs in order.
Yeah, because that's not suspicious.
I mean, like, if they take it, they take it. I'll just make it another time.
Well, my worry is that they'll take it, it's that they'll arrest us for having.
I get in line.
Okay, you get in line.
Oh my god.
I get in line
You're
as well.
just next to go.
Yep.
It's not even a line so much.
I'm going as well.
And Britton walks behind you. He's like, I don't have anything to hide.
I
Going
have
in.
I like the visualization that like we're off the road, like we look over to see Ink, he's just standing still in line.
That's pretty much what it is. He stands still. You come forward.
Yeah, I guess we'll all just go.
Name.
Ink Asakura.
Ink. I-N-K.
Yes.
All right. Business.
Shopping.
Very good. How much gold did you bring? Just a rough estimate's fine.
We can't count.
It's okay. Some of us can't.
36.
36? Very good.
Sounds holy. Yeah.
Right. Jed's going to give you a brief pat down, and you'll be good to go.
I am.
Alright.
Jed. Another one dressed very similarly walks up, feels around, pats under your arms, goes down the side, up the leg, up the other leg,
Sorry, I'm a little too
pats you on the back. You're good.
Alrighty.
Lets you in.
I'm walking with the rest of the party.
Remind me real quick, can you text me your actual name again? Because
Yes.
I keep forgetting and losing it, and I lost that other
Well,
paper.
it's really long.
Yes, it is, because I do.
I remember parts of it, but alright. Name.
Guayro.
Cairo.
I don't know the last name.
Alright. Fair. Business.
Shopping as well.
Gold.
About 30.
30. Anything contraband on you?
No,
You just notice that you got a big pack.
nothing contraband, but I just got all these. I'm just opening back up. Just nice bottles.
Good.
Yeah.
The next guy comes up, gives you the same pat down. You have a pack on, I'm assuming. He's going to take a brief look in your pack real quick. Opens it up.
A lot of bottles.
Just all he finds. Lots of bottles. Sorts through them.
That's all you really
Pats
want
you on the
to
back.
find, I'll be
Yeah, that's
honest.
pretty much the form of everything you have anyways.
I want to live in Cairo's world where guns don't exist, but Coolio does.
Right? Coolio.
Ryland kind of walks to the
Yeah.
front.
Pats you on. Who's next? Britton goes next, I guess. Britton. Business. Shopping. How much gold you bring? About 2 gold pieces. Pats down. You're good.
Yes.
Next, I guess.
Yes.
behind you.
I just have you. Wait.
This with you.
Yes.
Construct have a name.
Nomad.
Can it speak for itself?
When spoken to.
Hello. Are you nomad?
Yes.
Very good.
That's
Good boy.
Now, is this construct trained for combat, utility, or both?
defense.
Ah, yes, of course. Personal defense bot. Very good. How much gold are you bringing?
40.
And what was your name?
Corbin.
Business?
Research.
Research. Very good. The library is, and he pulls out a small map of the city. Pushes it over to you.
Is
The library
he
is-
giving it to me, or is he
Yes,
just one?
he has like for people who are
Welcome
coming
to
in
Disney
for
World.
certain things, they're ready to point you in the right direction. If you're here for touring the Institute, here for that. The shopping is very obvious because it's like when you walk into Universal Studios, all the shops are right there. So that part doesn't require a map.
Is there a churro stand?
No.
Damn.
But he gives you a map that points out to where the library is. Very good. I'm going to get a brief pat down.
Thank you, sir. All right.
Pass will the construct. Then walks through. It's just hitting metal. It really doesn't even make sense. But he's and then he kind of looks at the glowing section in the middle. Interesting power source. What'd you use?
Just not my car. I
9
didn't
volt
make him. I
batteries.
purchased him.
Keep an eye on it. Some of them, when they're unusually made, are volatile.
I still have all of the. I still have all of his paperwork, sir.
Wonderful. Very good.
Can I see it?
Continue. Because they don't have time to deal with all that right now.
I don't bring it. I don't have to register him with him.
It's like having a
There's
There's
no
that-
registration.
Hey, did they find anything on me?
Nope.
Okay, good.
They didn't find a thing. The guy searching has not rolled great on anybody but Ink, who doesn't really have anything to find. So,
He's got a big floopy tail.
yeah, he does not care, to be honest with
Nice.
you. The hat is not worth pulling all the way off unless it feels something weird. And honestly, the tail, he didn't really want to pry into because it might be something else with it tucked there.
I mean, they're about the same length.
Oh, okay.
Weird, but
I mean, like,
Cam.
somewhere.
Name.
Cam.
Business.
Shopping.
Gold.
Round 20?
Round 20. Contraband.
Not much on me.
Man walks up behind you, starts patting you down as well. You're good.
Okay.
Who's she on? Name.
Atris, Alaros,
Patris Allure. Spell your last name for me.
Alaros.
Very good. Business.
Bounties, I guess. Bounties and shopping.
Very good. Bounties are posted behind you. And gold.
Around 20.
Round 20. Any valuables or contraband that we need to worry about?
Not that I believe.
Wonderful. Pat down comes along. Pushes you on through. I believe that's the whole party through.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you're all in the shopping center. You have a map.
we all detonate our bomb vests.
All right. Very good. And in that
Glory to
kamikaze,
Stolska!
was that a Papers, Please?
Yes,
reference?
that fucking was.
Good God. That's an obscure one.
Well, they do the checkpoint, and then you see a guy.
Glory to Stolska!
Granted, Stolska's we're trying to get into and
Yeah.
blow up, but it was, people got it. People got
Yeah,
it.
no, it was just very good. I liked it. All right. You all are in the shopping area. There are shops for everything here. If you're looking for potions, you're looking for augmentations, you're looking for mechanical trinkets, items, books, anything, you're going to find it here. This is one of the biggest shopping areas in the known world.
Augmentations, you said?
Yes.
As in-
Mostly mechanical augmentations is what people sell here.
Dude, can we get you a robotic eye?
I want to go take a look around.
Okay. Yeah, you go into the augmentation store. This one does have a guard posted, mostly because things here are very, very high value. And most things are behind a case. But the shopkeep acknowledges your entrance and nods. Let me know if there's anything I can help you with.
I'll go in with Cairo.
Okay.
I'm
I want to check that too.
You can all fit in there. It's not like it's a tiny shop.
Two people
I'm
allowed.
just shoving them out. No, it's mine.
Social
Virus.
distance.
It's so inside there is what looks like a lot of just replacements for missing parts primarily. So I've lost my arm. This will work as an arm, but probably requires attunement, requires concentration and some degree of magic, or at least high level abilities to do it. You know what I mean? As best you can say in a fantasy world, you have to be good with it to be able to use it. There are, however, some that are possibly meant to replace the use of one with other abilities. So there is a hand that does seem to have a large knife attached to the top of it, which retracts in and out. There is a cannon in there as well, but it is meant to be a hand cannon. So it replaces a hand.
Yeah, I can't do what is it?
I know, you need
Chest
both your
cannon.
hands. There's not so many construct augmentations here.
You
You'd
use
have
a
to
very
see an
strong word.
actual constructist to get something like that. Somebody who's good with dealing with that. which there is somebody, but I can't just tell you out of you not finding it. And
That's Gary.
and then there's a lot of various eyewear. So these are things that you would. Some of them are replacing an eye. So there's one where you pull out an eye and you get it surgically replaced. Possibly this guy actually performed surgery on you as well, or maybe it magically or mechanically is able to do it itself. One of them seems to grant vision augmentations. One of them seems to be a zoom lens, maybe to increase somebody's range on things.
There it is.
And then the other ones are actual eyewear, so maybe to increase your vision abilities, see in the dark, things like that.
The Zoom one.
There's
How
a-
much?
300.
400. 400 gold.
Keep that in mind.
Browse as long as you like. It's not. We understand that not
Yeah.
everybody has the gold readily on them to purchase anything, but we are always here for questions.
Just
Judging you.
I'm
The
not.
glasses.
Good.
The glasses, how much are they? Like, just for like sight, like dark vision and whatnot.
Oh, dark vision glasses. 50 gold. Very reasonable price if you ask me. They give you 30 feet of dark vision if you don't have it already. Mostly they focus light points. That being said, it's not going to work in magical darkness as you would expect because there is no light. You can't actually focus light if it's not there. Probably, don't want to say it would work in pitch blackness either, but it would probably give you some degree of vision. It definitely would help.
So, I'm not going to ask about it, but is there any sort of tails?
Yes.
There are.
Mhm.
What kind of like options or, anything that I
Like to replace a tail?
Yeah.
They are standard tails because people don't normally have them here.
Okay.
So it's I want a tail.
Gotcha.
Not I had a tail and I lost it.
Does it seem like there's a benefit to these, or is it just like
It's a tail.
It's a sex thing.
Maybe. They have
Just a
joints in
butt
them
plug.
and they seem to attach in a grip around the lower waist and they
Oh.
attach into the hip bone here. They look painful to be honest.
Not bad.
So they're just tails. There's not a
Yeah.
tail replacement because again people don't have them here.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to head to the library. Bye. Just gonna take off.
Alright.
Anyone who wants to come with can, but it's a library. I know that's not really where you usually spend your time.
I'm joining.
Okay. Do you all want to stick together or maybe you
I
shop
have
once
to
more?
stick to someone.
I'm
You
wondering.
actually have to
Yeah.
probably stick with him.
Oh yes.
Yeah, you're gonna have to if you. I mean, you don't have to, but
He's going to the library?
yes.
Okay.
So you're going to the library.
Are we in the library?
No, that's where you guys are heading.
Uh,
I
Okay,
mean, Nomad
Once
can
we
stick
get
with
to-
me if he wants.
He's registered.
I'm not going to the library either.
He is, but I mean, the guards have noticed that you are with the party, so you might get away with it. But still, the safest method is to go with the guy who's already
Yeah.
talked you up.
Where do you? I'll be in the library for a while. So before we do that, where do you want? Is there anywhere you want to look around?
A weapon shop?
Yes, there is weapon shops.
All right.
That's what it is.
Weapon shop.
Okay. Arriving, it is mostly standard weapons, but they all seem to be made with different materials than you would normally see. So a lot of them are bronze weapons, which is a little bit more unusual in your side of the world. You don't see things made of bronze so much, but they're sold for about the price of a standard weapon. They don't do any extra damage or anything, they just look a little nicer. Some of them have ornate gear shifts on them. They almost look like they would be very steampunk-esque, but they don't operate any differently. There are a couple of exotic weapons. There is a dual-headed blade, so it is very Darth Maul-esque. Spins, but it actually has a ring around the top, and it spins with a flick. The
Okay,
ring
so-
spins this way.
So inquisitive.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
Inquisitor,
Yeah, it's just and there is a chakram as well, so a very large ring blade, and then there are these small little balls that you see. They look like some sort of throwing weapon, but you're not sure what they do.
Do I have any of them?
No,
That check. How much?
for
Dual blade.
I
Inquisitor.
speak for him.
Okay, yeah. There you go.
My help would like to know how much for this spinning.
it's a very unique weapon. Yes, very, very, very special. You know, it is a one-handed weapon. It operates with two hands. You can use your dexterityness to deal the damage that a normal longsword would do, yes? It's very, very nice. It's 40 gold.
Okay. Now, that is a bit pricey for us, so maybe we come back later. Maybe would you like to come back later when we've
The big chocolate. I've wanted to do it.
chakram? Yes. How much? What about the chakram?
The chakram?
Yes.
Oh, those are very nice. Chakrams are very, very special weapons. Again, you can use your strength, or you can be swift and fast with them as well. They also operate as throwing weapons. You can throw them great distances, much more than you would your traditional dagger or your throwing axes, things like that. It will also run you 40 gold.
All right. Once our transactions have been complete here, then we can perhaps return and see about those. But for the moment, we'll have to leave. Is that all right with you?
In a very robotic motion, I give a thumbs up.
You're playing the robot
Yeah.
part well. He nods. Very good. A attack robot or a defense robot?
Defense robot primarily, but we find ourselves traveling a lot, so we have a lot of
Of course.
harrying from ranges.
Yes.
Well, you have a good day, sir.
You do the same, please.
I'm just pushing things.
Okay. All right. Anybody doing anything else?
Yeah.
I know where you're going, so I'm going to get everybody else out of the way first.
Is there any sort of like trinkets shop or?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of trinket shops.
Yeah, I want to check one of those.
Okay. Walking in, there's a lot of just various trinkets, as you would expect. Some of them seem completely useless. One of them seems to be a variant of Mage Hand. It's a small device which opens up and flies about to do your bidding. It's like a little helicopter with 3 grips on it. Seems to be able to do your business for a little while before it has to return and recharge. Runs 30 gold. So it's a little bit on the pricey end, but it's kind of a cool, unique little device that you see. There's also some various eyepieces which are just for magnification. And there's the same devices that they just saw in there, which are these little balls that look like they may be throwing weapons or objects. Seems to be a common device here.
Can I sort of try and investigate and figure out what that is?
I mean, there's a guy here in the shop that you can ask.
Oh yeah. Well, what kind of hold?
Oh, Dan, careful with it.
How big is it? Like
It's about this big.
Okay. What is this?
It's called a whirlybird. It's a thrown weapon. Kids use them sometimes and just throw them at trees or at small animals, things like that. People with enough intelligence can make them come back to them. Very interesting devices. One of the only intelligence-based weapons in the world.
How much is it?
I've been touched.
Each one will run you 20 gold.
I'm still being touched.
I'll think about it.
Sure. Of course.
It's kind of cool. Haven't seen anything like that. I'm gonna leave. I can't afford
Okay.
shit.
Have a good day. Well, some of the little trinkets are only like a gold.
Like what little trinkets?
There's a compass. There's the eyepieces only run 5 silver. They're just simple magnification eyepieces. There is some cute daggers. They would operate like a normal dagger, but they're a little bit more ornate. There's some in the weapon shop, and there's some here. And there's one that is definitely more mechanicked out. It's more like a switchblade. It flips in and out. It only runs for 2 gold.
I actually want that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy that one.
Okay. So you have a switchblade.
Nice. Can you, if on a wild magic search, will that as a come?
No, but I like it.
Hey!
Petrus, what are you doing?
Well, I went in there with him, and I heard 400 gold after said, fuck, and then walked to the bounty board.
Okay. There is a few bounties out and about. They're all for criminals here, obviously. The one that definitely fetches the most is just called Virus. And it has a description, not a picture. It is a man wearing a black cloak who disappears in puffs of green smoke. And they are willing to pay 500 gold for him. Dead or alive.
Black coat, green smoke.
Yeah. There is a few others that are maybe 10 gold bounties that seem to be common thieves. That's pretty much what you've got at the moment.
Alrighty. Well,
I mean, 500 gold though.
the virus one is
Already
definitely
seen.
my big take.
Oh,
That one
I've
I'm
seen.
getting for sure. And the other ones I'm just kind of memorize faces, and then
Okay.
I'm just gonna start walking around trying to find
Sure.
clues.
Probably
hints.
not gonna find anybody on this trip, but you
Yeah,
can
that might
give it a
not
go
be
if you'd like.
Maybe.
We got a horse.
All right, what are the rest of you guys doing? Anybody
Um,
going to library? Is everybody else joining him at the library after some time, or?
I'm
Absolutely not.
regrouping. I'm probably finding Atris first before
Okay.
the
Alright.
library people.
So, which bar would you like to go to?
Actually, I'm not looking for a bar.
Okay, what are you looking for?
Black market.
The black market.
Using my history with sigils and stuff like that. I know that the thieves' can't sigils and the pirate sigils are probably different.
They are definitely different. I will
I've
let
been
you
in my
give me
seat
an
enough
investigation check.
places. Alright.
Do I need an investigation check as I'm just hunting around the city through alleys and stuff?
We'll get back to you too.
That is a 15.
15. On just a search through here without knowing the symbols, you're not finding a lead on here. You think you're going to have to find somebody first who's got a better idea of where to point you around.
I mean, I'm not just looking for like symbol stuff. Like I'm looking for like any kind of like seedy looking individual.
yeah,
Someone...
you do pass the occasional seedy looking individual. That's for sure. There's no doubt about that.
Okay.
Give me a perception check. As you've kind of wandered away from most of the other group, you've wandered into the
That's
slums of the city.
better. That would be 20, 30.
20. Looking around, you do notice the occasional seedy individual. Most of them you pretty quickly write off as druggies or drunks. They're not really up to any bad business. But at one point, you think you hear somebody jump from one roof to another, like behind and to the right of you.
Oh, I'm trailing that.
Okay. Anybody doing anything different that I need to catch up on?
Are we at the library?
Yes, you guys have arrived at the library. Walking to the area designated on the map, the library is the biggest building in this entire city. It is 3 stories. So not the tallest, but it is 3 stories high, and if it were laid sideways, though, it would be 6 or 7 stories as it goes wide in every direction that you can see, and then seems to go further back. The top floor is glass, and you can see bookshelves stacked high. Walking in through the swinging doors, there is a number of constructs similar to Nomad, but these don't seem to have legs. They seem to be attached to lines in the floor, and they just slide along, carrying books, moving them to shelves, stacking them to where they're supposed to be.
Corbin is smiling for maybe the first time. It is unsettling.
There are you've never seen so many books in your life. These same constructs then climb up the walls, take books to the higher shelves. The smell of old paper and parchment just hits your nostrils. It's beautiful. So staircases wrap around the walls and through the middle.
I wish you could smell my friend.
What level of shove are you at?
What?
What level of shove are you at?
Different kind of excitement.
Behind the desk, there is a man with his feet kicked up, head buried in a book.
I walk past. I'm looking for books.
Okay. You go searching.
I'll look for a dictionary.
You look for a dictionary? Okay.
I'm looking for a dictionary.
As you start looking, the sorting system is not something you're familiar with. Nothing's alphabetized. They may be in sections, like, this is the section of this, but there's no indication of where you might find each section. Seems that the category is known mostly to the librarian himself. Similar to what you would find in a modern-day library with a numerical system. Unless you know that numerical system and where things are or have some reference to that area, you're just going to be searching a library.
They have not yet met the advent of the arch-wizard Dewey.
There we go.
Is there like a lot of libraries have like sort of like guidebooks?
Yeah, there's a codex. Like
The
a codex.
codex.
style.
I'm going.
Yes.
I'm going to the codex.
Okay, it's like right next to where he's sitting with his feet propped up.
I go to the codex.
Can I help you find something? As you're like opening it up.
Yes. I am looking for any literature or a section of literature that you might have on demonology.
Very good. Are you part of the Institute?
Do I remember talking about the institute?
No.
I feel like it came up.
Somebody mentioned the Institute, like that if somebody was here for the Institute or for research purposes, they give them a map typically.
Not particularly, no.
Oh, just a visitor.
Just a visitor, yes.
Always nice to have keen minds visiting the city.
Yes, I've never seen a library this vast before. It's exhilarating. Yes, but the demonology, it's
Yes, so glad to have you there. Would you like a tour?
Yes, I would love a tour, yes.
Sure, we'll end with the demonology. Is the construct yours? You're looking for a dictionary up and back, and one of the other constructs like bumps into you. You turn around, square up with it. This is all going on in the background of the whole thing. Just in the background of you squaring up with the construct.
Yes, sorry, I had him helping me look, and I forgot to tell him not to tell him to. I forgot to hold the command. No, Matt, we're fine. Can you come to me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Very robotically.
Yeah, you walk over.
It's like
As
after
robotic
squaring
as
up
you
here, like
can. Very human, like you square up. You walk very robotic. Very good.
It's like
Come with me, please.
doing the robot, but you're like,
yeah.
Come with me, please.
Yes.
And he begins to show you through the shelves. As he starts showing you, you start to get kind of a feel on the way that this is sorted. It seems like the bottom shelf is mostly your historical books. So this is the history of the land, the history of the world, the true facts, non-fiction sort of things down here. The second floor seems to be your research-based things. This is where the section on demonology would be, or things like that. This is where the herbs of the world, the plants of the world, things that are currently relevant but might be something that you would research, especially for writing a paper or things like that. The top floor is your fiction section. So this is stories, tales, things that may not have actually happened or elaborations of the truth. Definitely one of his favorite sections, you can tell, because he starts pointing out books that he enjoys. And looking at it now, the book that he set down appears to be a romance novel of some kind that he was enjoying. But as he gets to the end of the tour, he points out that he's read almost every book in his library. Not dying is... you find something to do, something, a hobby, you know?
Of course.
It's one of the great gifts Kronos has given us, an eternal life to research.
Indeed.
That's it.
less iron, less of a lie saying that than I would like to admit.
Yeah.
Have we reached the
Demonology, yes.
Yes.
And this time as he gets towards the stairs, a bit tired, let's take the elevator. And he walks over to the central staircase, which goes up. You now see has two, what looked like before, pillars along the sides. He steps up to one of them, hits a button, and you hear the whirring of gears as an elevator rises up. He steps into it.
I follow him.
Yes. And then as you're about to get in, how much do you weigh?
500 pounds.
You weigh less than 300 pounds. Yes. We're good. Come on. You hop in, pushes the button, and
It
you
falls
guys
in
go
there.
down to the second floor.
Hear love creaking.
And he takes you to, which he had actually pointed out before as you passed through, but now points to it to you again. The demonology section. Is there something particular you're looking for? I probably have read it.
I'm looking for. I was doing research. There was an incident with some cult activity in the city of Grey. I am looking for anything that might relate to a demon by the name of Automon, perhaps Automont.
Who? Asmon, Armont, Amon, or Alamon? Those are your four options that come to the head right immediately.
Would those be in separate books, or would they be in the same?
Two of them are going to be in different books. Two of them are demons that are widely spoken of in the eastern continent, very desert-like. Probably not what you're looking for, to be honest with you. Asmon was a demon of the sea, a vicious pirate demon that people spoke of in lore. You're actually more likely going to find it in the fiction section, most stories. But there is the occasional mention of it in demonology books. Armont is a true demon that once fought on this land. A very big, bloated, bald individual with dark eyes. Carried a lantern. Perhaps what you're looking for?
Perhaps that's exactly, I believe, what I'm looking for.
Of course.
Yes. What time would that be?
The history of demons in the land of Daytera. He has an entire section.
I go there as quickly as I can.
Very good. And as he turns back, oh, yes, we do offer people to check out books if you'd like. However, they do all have a spell on them which will set an alarm if you leave the city with them. So, if you would like to check one out, you can. We just ask you to return it in a week, please.
Yes, of course. Thank you.
Yes, I'm gonna grab that and
just see me at the front if you do so.
Okay.
And he takes the elevator down to the bottom.
I assume there's like tables and people like reading in the
There's not a whole lot of people because it's literally just now getting to be morning.
I see.
Even though he's been here through the night, it's now morning. So you get the vibe that he may nap in. There's a small room right next to the desk. He probably just sleeps, wakes up, reads some more books. Like that is his entire life, is books.
I find a table and I crack
Okay,
this open.
you start cracking it open. Where are you all going?
Fiction.
You're still through that. You find in the nonfiction section finally a dictionary.
Really, he finds it in the fiction section.
It's very strange.
It's Dr. Seuss's.
And on the same floor
That's
that the
so
demonology is, you find a dictionary, which is written not for checkout on there, so it's one that you're not supposed to leave the room hall with. Judging by his description of the alarm spell, you imagine this one would alarm if you just walked out the door with it.
Okay.
But you sit down at the table next to him and crack it open and begin reading.
All right.
What are the rest of you doing?
Plants. Everything plants.
Plants? Are you going to the library as well? Okay.
Yeah. Or
Herbology.
just on the way. Yeah.
You arrive, and you arrive a little bit later than the tour has started, so there's nobody at the front desk at the moment. So you search through the codex until you can find plants, and you arrive on the second floor where you find them just now settling down reading.
Anything that secretes anything.
Secretes?
Those are
That
secretion
is a
plants.
broad subject.
Oh, like a book about plant secretion.
Yes.
Okay. I was like, the books don't secrete
Yeah,
anything.
the mammals. Yes, no.
There are, if you're looking for it, you're pretty much going to find it. If you're looking about a book on poison secretions, poisonous plants, things like that, for instance, yes, definitely.
I point into the section.
There's definitely books on that.
I'm so excited about the
Yes.
Yes, the secretion over there. There's a whole section on secretions. It's gross.
It's disgusting.
It's
Atris?
absolutely gross.
So just alley hopping, slum hopping.
Okay,
Trying to find.
I'm going to give some luck rolls here.
I was gonna say like I left the shop and I was just trying to regroup, and given where I was and where everybody went, I probably would have run into Atris.
Okay, so you're with
before
Atris.
Anyone?
So me and him are trying to blend in very well while looking down
Alright.
alleys for familiar faces.
Yeah, you're with Atris, and you two begin to hit off towards the slum area as well. Through alleys, you pass a lot of drunks, a lot of druggies. Right off the top, you don't see anybody from the poster. Ink, what are you doing?
I'm trailing the sound that I heard. Some
Okay,
person
it seemed to stop after it jumped onto that roof.
on, at least climb up.
You give me an acrobatics check. So you're gonna swing up there.
Easy. Acrobatics, that is a 19.
Okay. As you guys look down an alley, you see an individual begin climbing a wall. Just starts up the side of it. Little suspicious.
Should we check that out?
We just make our way over there, kind of hugging the wall across.
You guys start hugging the wall
Is
across.
there an
With
op-
your perception roll earlier, you get to about the top and you look over and you see Atris and Cam begin walking down the alley.
What are you doing?
No, we don't see. We don't know that it's.
You still probably from this distance haven't figured out it's Ink yet. So you can ignore them or continue or let them know it's you.
How difficult of a climb is it?
Pretty rough for most people.
I'm trying to think what code word they would know.
Drunk?
Jim Jolly.
Dick Rogers?
Mayonnaise.
Yeah, I just yelled out the mayonnaise, it's cool. I keep climbing.
You hear the second you yell, you hear off the roof,
God
and you
damn it.
hear a jump and a land on another roof further away.
I pick up my speed. I'm like,
Okay.
fuck.
You climb up.
Atris, can you give me a boost and try and help launch me up? Or like I can climb up fairly well.
I'll give him a throw, and then I'm just going to start bolting along the buildings, trying to keep up with him on the rooftops, but
All
just on the ground.
Dude, he's gonna boost me up. I'm gonna climb the rest of the road.
God, this is not going well for me.
Okay. So
We're doing some Call of Duty.
give me a strength check. As you
I'm
boost
trying
him
to get
up.
information, and now we look like an attack squad.
We're swatting, bro. 16.
16? Alright, you get boosted up to the top. By the time you're boosted up, though, Ink has already jumped 2 more roofs. You see from the back a figure running. Definitely looks female just from build, but you don't want to stereotype on that. It's just, it seems to be
I mean,
female
I
from the
look
build.
female from behind.
And when they turn to look, they're definitely wearing goggles of some kind, and their hair is back in a long braid. They jump 2 more roofs as well. They seem to be nearly as fast, if not as fast as you.
All right, then I'm going full chug.
Okay. You start dashing. I need a perception check.
Ready.
I'm gonna
Perception.
start catching.
Okay.
Trying to catch up. They're
These 2 are definitely
They're
way,
way
faster
faster.
than you.
yes.
Perception plus the dirty 20.
30, 20? Okay. You reach one roof, and it looks like to hit another roof, you're going to have to either run along a wall or jump a incredible distance. But instead of jumping, she reaches the end, hops off, catches the side of it, and then just drops. And you hear feet running somewhere. As you reach the edge, you look, and you don't see her. There's a small crowd of people that seem to be drunk and hanging out. They maybe came from one of the bars recently, and they're hanging out and talking. Some of them still have drinks in their hands, some of them have their hands in their pockets, just chatting. If this is your first time really getting a good look at the people of Evolution, it is very common for people to keep goggles on them, an eyepiece, or maybe some sort of metal plate on their arm. It's almost a fashion statement to show,
Steep.
look, I can afford metal parts.
Did I get an idea of
I've got the
where
Phyrexian.
she dropped?
From your, it's about the same as what Ink's got. It's
Okay.
She dropped because you were further away.
Yeah.
Cam, fuck off! And I jump off
Okay.
and head into the crowd trying
You
to
jump off and hit the crowd. All these people just nod at you like they don't care. They've seen Stranger Things.
Season 1 or
Pretty
2?
good TV show.
Both of them, actually.
And I'm going through the crowd trying to see if I can get any kind of beat on this person.
All right, give me an insight roll.
I'm staying on
You
the
want to buy
list.
some death sticks?
That's what I'm looking for, baby. Natural 20.
Natural 20. There is, as you reach through the crowd, you reach the end of it, there is a woman who looks the same build, is not wearing goggles, does have her hair in a ponytail, who is leaning against a wall, and she seems to be playing with a yo-yo. Like, that's the best you can tell. From that insight, she doesn't fit in with the rest of the crowd.
Alright. I will very nonchalantly just walk over and lean up against the wall next to her.
Can I help you?
You're fast.
Wouldn't know. Never tried running.
Jumping is faster anyway.
Can I help you?
I'm looking to do some shopping. Below ground. Any idea where I can find that?
I try my best not to involve myself with too much of the underdealings of this town. You just caught my interest.
Like a good way or like in a bad way?
More a curiosity than anything.
So, you don't know where the market is?
Oh, I know where the market is. Don't worry about
Oh,
that.
okay, yeah.
I just don't involve myself with it.
Well, I would like to get involved.
Sure. Right this way. And she just ducks into the alley right behind her.
Alright.
You turn around. Cam, what do? You do see Eaton go into an alley.
As best I can I trail from the rooftop?
Yes. You're going to be really slow doing it, though, because you're going to have to, like, climb over the wall like this because you're not used to parkouring over it.
Yeah.
Unless you want to make an acrobatics check and see if you can parkour it.
Go, Wizard Boy, go.
What time for Cam to die?
14?
14? It's not bad. You're definitely not as fast as them still, but you kind of foot it this way. Actress, you finally catch up in your armor as well, and you see Cam climbing over a wall very slowly to jump roof to roof. You didn't see where Ink went or anything.
I'll signal back to Atris real quick and be like,
Alright. As you get a little further into the alley, she walks up to a wall, points to it. Are your friends coming?
I hope not. I really hope not.
I hope not as well. Does a 26 hit your AC?
Yes.
Alright. You take 8 points of slashing damage.
Alright.
As the yo-yo flicks and spikes come out the sides of it, and she spins it, it wraps around your neck, and she pulls you closer to her.
Kinky.
Not the way I'd like it to be. Now, where are you from?
Blackwater.
Mm-hmm. Who do you work for?
Unemployed. Looking
Mhm.
for employment.
Are you part of the Time Watch?
Oh, fuck. Hi. Nice to meet you. I'm Ink.
I asked you a question, sir.
Yes.
She pulls the yo-yo back. They told me one of you had purple hair, and she just slings you back against the wall. That was all I had to go on. And yet, you don't even know the signals, do you?
Okay. You want to know the signals that I know?
Yeah.
Well, we're not into power, so I don't know most of them. Normally, a lot of them involve a glass. or
Nobody taught you the recognizing someone else from the Time Watch signals?
Oh, I'm sorry. I have met like 4 people. One of them is a werewolf, and it's a little hard to mistake him.
Okay, keep it down.
Am I seeing this?
You arrive, and she's got Ink slung up against a wall and is yelling at him.
So
She
nothing
looks
new.
over the shoulder.
So pretty typical.
I'm letting it play out, yeah.
Don't get jealous.
Ink, where are all your friends?
Well, I told Cam to fuck off, so that means he's probably right behind me. Atris is following Cam, which means that he's gonna be here in like half an hour, maybe.
I'm not
the rest-
slow.
No, you're just wearing heavy armor, so every
Yeah.
climbing thing takes longer.
And I believe that
You're parkouring, so
the rest
if you're
of
going
them
from the
are-
rooftops, or you're staying on the ground,
Yeah.
oh, it's going to take even longer to fight through that crowd then.
45
But
minutes.
I'm big and scary. They're getting out of my way.
They're drunk.
I'll
I don't think
smite.
they
You
care.
stand
Yeah,
in
big
my
and
way
twanky.
and smite.
And then the rest of them, I believe, went to Nerd Shop.
Okay. What do you need from me?
I'm looking for the black market.
I can arrange that. Just keep a low profile, please.
I'm trying.
Not very well. Also, please stick together with your friends. There's a lot of people here. You make one wrong step and somebody's going to kill you.
That is the story of my life.
Right, but I don't think you've dealt with people of this caliber.
I like a challenge.
Come with me. And as she walks out the alley, she sees you. Are you coming too, or...
Yeah, I guess.
Should we wait for Atris?
He'll be along.
You push through the
So-
crowd as you see them walking away, and you run to catch up with them. We'll hop back to you guys at the library.
Yes, books.
Yes, books.
Yes, books.
Ah, books.
What have I learned?
All right. So
I'm
Armand.
making a graphic for that. Yes, books.
Yes, books. With a picture of Corbin, anime smile with a book in his hand.
Just a skeleton hand popping out of a pile of books.
You learn that Armand was rather unaffectionately known as Armand the Gentle, which was a play on the fact that he was not so gentle.
You're telling me.
Armand the Gentile. I don't know why they're Jewish.
Armand the Gentle was a very, very vicious demon that haunted this land prior to the arrival of them. So the 5 that ruled this land before. They actually slayed the demon, sent him back to the underworld or the abyss, however you want to look at it. During the time that he ruled this, he was a terror to the land. He would kill people mercilessly, devour their souls, and prevent them from going to an afterlife. Now that he has been defeated, some people believe that his loss created the imbalance that is in the world today. So there is entire cults dedicated to this demon, bringing him back, believing that some souls deserve to be devoured, and bringing back Armand would be restoration to the balance of the world. So he is a very controversial figure.
As demons are wont to be, I believe.
Yes. There's some descriptions of his abilities. It is said that he would absorb souls, as I said before, and devour them. And with each one he devoured, he became more bloated and more distorted in figure. He once started as a human or an elf. Nobody is quite sure. They're debated on that topic. And over time became the bloated demonic figure he was, possibly selling his soul and then becoming a demon himself. you find many books.
After I researched the topic, you said there was a weird-looking plant in the Oblivion book.
Yes.
I want to search for that.
Okay. He comes to get the book from you to try and cross-reference.
I'm going to show him the page. Yes.
Yeah. You do actually find the book. It is in the secretions. It is known as the Black Ichor Fern. And it is not a poisonous plant. It is, however, a very, very rare plant. The components of which are used in only the darkest of spells. There's never been a use for it in any sort of radiant spell, healing spell, or anything that might do good to anyone. Only necrotic spells and necromancy has ever been known to use this plant.
Out of all the ingredients for this spell, would this seem to be the major necrotic component?
Yes, this is the major necrotic component. There is still the cost of the spell, which is the Black Pearl that's in there as well, but and that's definitely the most expensive. But this is probably one of the rarest components. You do still believe that it could be replaced with a spell focus if somebody had the correct magical knowledge. So somebody who knew how to cast necromantic spells with a spell focus would probably be able to cast the spell still. Somebody from a different school would definitely require the components.
Cool.
Is that a Corbin within earshot?
Yeah.
Okay, just wondering. Go on, James.
Okay.
No, I thought James.
I'm not going to say anything. It's
Yeah, I
just...
was like,
That was kind of it.
Alright.
And I just go back to,
Okay.
getting poison flammable stuff.
Yeah, you find a lot of good information on different poisonous plants.
I mean, I assume that I would be when I'm studying this, I would be cross-referencing stuff. So I mean, I don't think it'd be a secret to me.
I was only asking that because I didn't want to interrupt him.
Okay.
I asked Corbin, do you know what apoptosis means?
I don't know what apoptosis means.
Roll for it.
Yeah, roll
History
for
check.
it. Yeah.
15.
15?
Yeah, you
Probably.
Yeah.
It's a cellular death.
Cellular death.
Yeah, cellular suicide.
Oh,
Right.
shut
Oh,
up,
you did know
smart
that.
boy.
You want that?
Ah, look at me, I'm a doctor. I was
Yeah, I was like,
school.
ooh.
Do you not think I know what apoptosis?
I was like,
What?
I'm just looking. At
He's trying to find words that Corbin wouldn't know, is what it is.
Oh, I see.
Just like,
Look in the F section.
I want to look at black pearls.
FUN.
Do it.
I want to look up black pearls.
Yeah.
Black pearls?
Yeah,
Okay.
that would fun.
See how they're found and
Sure. Yeah, so you start looking
I
for like
use-
marine biology type things, and it does take you a little bit of time for this because you're looking for something very specific.
Look up Father's Love. I don't know that.
Oh,
You too, huh?
we. Dang.
That's something we can all bond over.
Cam, Atris, and Ink, you are all taken to another alley.
Real quick, because I lost the page where I wrote all this down. The king gave me a list of all the.
He didn't give you their names, but he told you where they were and what they
Okay.
looked like. She is Shaylana from Evolution.
Say I had that written down.
I think some of them I
all
gave
their
you names
names.
on, but not all of them.
I got
I have all their
Shaylana,
names and-
Dolian,
yeah, I have
Lane,
everything.
and Quivin.
Okay, yes.
Yes, but only I have those names.
Technically, yes.
I wrote them down just for
Well,
my
good
reference.
bookkeeping.
Oh,
I couldn't.
just
I didn't
for
think I'd give you the
reference.
names, so that's okay. So yes, this is Shaylana.
Okay.
Shaylana Borg. She is. The more you look at her, I mean, she is very, very plain. She doesn't look like she intentionally does not wear makeup. She tries her best to look like she could fit in
She's great,
really
man.
anywhere. But personality-wise, the more you talk to her and the kind of odd way she is, she's what you would imagine a horse girl who had turned into a spy would be.
Oh,
that is the worst thing I've ever
Like,
heard.
she is just so awkward and out of place. If you ask her a question, she'll give you, like, a vague runaround answer about how she once did something like that.
Everyone disliked that.
Yeah, she's very dislikable, but at the same time, she seems to know a little bit about just about everything, so she's very useful. Also, the yo-yo is kind of cool.
yes, it is. It's very cool.
is this the part where we tell the king that she's dead?
So, as you guys duck into another alley, so, because apparently King Darius forgets to tell people the different codes for everything, we do have an hand signal for the time watch. It looks like, oh good lord, it looks like this. It is an hourglass within your hands in a circle. Yes, you can do? Yes, good, close. Work on it, please.
We're in a game.
It is
Man,
how,
why are we doing this?
it is how, you guys are in the library just like,
I actually looked up in the dictionary. Gang
Jitsu.
signs. Jitsu.
You're over there in the dictionary, gang symbol.
Gang
I know ASL, so I'm just like, what the fuck?
Nomad actually
Nomad
worked
starts
over to
throwing up
manga
the
and he's like,
fucking blood shit.
Naruto.
That is the symbol we use to recognize each other. You flash that in a quick manner in any way to kind of symbolize.
Last time I flashed somebody, I went to jail.
That's different kind of flashing. Please don't do that.
Actress, don't you have a pendant or something that you could, use to symbolize that?
I do have the
Yeah.
time watch necklace.
Oh, you have a
Yeah.
hourglass
Yeah, the
necklace.
hourglass necklace.
You show it to her.
Yeah, she doesn't care.
Would that work?
No,
You get fucking jailed.
no, but I wouldn't wear that too much. People could get confused that it might mean one side or another. To be honest with
Okay,
you,
never mind. Actress had that.
it's too conflicting of a viewpoint. It wouldn't be enough to actually say anything.
Why? Don't pull it up.
Yes, I would leave it hidden.
This is why
Very
I,
controversial.
This
symbol.
is why I go out alone.
No, that was a very good question to ask. Somebody needed to ask it. Anyways, black market is a little bit less of a black market than you would normally expect. It is more of a farmer's market of criminals. It is. You go through a couple of alleys. You have to kind of know the directions, of course. But I've lived here a long time.
Can you not laugh like that? Really?
You're a dick. Well, you
I'm
keep me comfortable.
sorry.
Yeah, no, don't mind him. Don't mind him. Laugh all you want.
Follow me. Try to memorize the directions
I can do that.
and keep up. And she starts running.
I take it.
She takes you through 3 or 4 alleys.
Come on, actress.
I want a fucking third level Josh,
You can probably keep up, but you're gonna be by the end of this. She takes you down a few alleys, comes to a door that is blue. It doesn't fit in with the other doors. The other doors on this alley are red, and this one is blue. She swings it open, it's completely unlocked, and runs through it. You follow her, and the doorway opens up to the other side of the alley. So it's like a cut through.
Gotcha.
There was, however, not another path into this alley from either of the other
Gotcha.
roads. It
So
seems
it's
like
not-
this is an alley with one entrance, and it's through this door.
Cool.
As you open it up, there is about 4 or 5 different stalls set up. During certain times of the day or night, this might be more full. You're kind of here in morning time right
Yeah,
now.
I just kind of wanted to find it so we can come back later.
There's a few people here.
With the guard. No. I'm not there.
Have you all found an inn yet? Somewhere I can find you later to fill the rest of your group in?
Nope.
Actually, no, yeah, we all just kind of jumped into
What's
it.
the best bar in town?
Find best. What are you looking for?
The strongest alcohol and most likely that there will be a fight.
Probably either the brewery or the engine room. Both of them are less nightclub, more bar.
You'll find me there.
There's also the Shankcraft Club, which is
That
a
sounds cool.
crankshaft club. It is a
I thought you said shank. I was like, hell yeah.
crankshaft. Sorry, it is a nightclub of sorts. It's a dance rager. Crazy lights, music that you've never heard of.
You might also find me there.
And then there's the Construct Concoctioners, which is mostly where the older people go to drink. It's a lot quieter, but the barkeepers are all constructs. It's very interesting.
That's kind of lame.
You'll find me there.
They do, however, have an inn over that one. Anywhere else you're going to stay is going to be separate from the bars.
You'll find me at the nightclub place.
Yeah, I kind of want to go there too.
Okay. All night?
Until
I mean,
pass out.
it's morning now, so they don't even open until 12. Like lunchtime.
I'll probably be asleep until they proper.
So where would you like to stay so I can find you there?
I defended you. Stop being a condescending bitch, all right?
It's my job. It's not really my
I
job.
just got one. The one place that does have a bar, probably, that has the inn and the bar.
Yeah, I mean, there's other inns around though too that you can stay at if you
I
didn't
thought
want
you
to go
said there
through a
was
bar.
only the one.
That's the only one that is a bar and an inn.
We will be there
Yeah.
Okay.
because I guarantee we have some friends that would like.
The
to see it.
Construct Concoctioners is going to be on 5th Street, which the streets, in case you are not familiar with Evolution, are counted from the front gate. The letters run parallel, and then the numbers one, and this way, and then you start at X in the middle.
Okay.
Very odd, I know. It cycles back after Z. X, Y, Z, A, B, C. It hits about G, and then it goes the other way on this side. You don't care. Numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I do care. I don't know what order they're in.
That's okay. You're worrying about numbers right now, and it's less than 10.
I don't know what those are in either.
You got that? You got that. You go back to the front gate,
You
count
can
up
stop
5,
being
you
a
got it.
condescending bitch too.
On the corners of most of these streets, there is numerical values. Now, between the streets is where you find the alleys, the suspicious things, the places you don't want to duck into if you don't have 2 or 3 people behind you. Or you can always take my route and just go on the roofs.
I would probably actually be doing that. Seems pretty efficient.
It's the best way. Now, if you want to look around the black market, some of these are nice people. Jordan? Yes? She points over to a guy at one of the stalls and he waves.
Hey, Jordan.
He made the yo-yo. And she ducks back into the room.
Very nice craftsmanship on that spike string.
Yeah.
I'll
He's like a
fucking-
ways down. Yeah.
He's just really small.
Alright, I'll walk up to Jordan.
Okay.
Hey, Jordan, what's up?
What's up?
What's your specialty?
Tinkering on things that aren't normally sold in tinkering shops.
Alright. I'm not a big, carry tinkering stuff guy. I'm looking for drugs.
Oh.
Specifically, drug traffickers.
Oh. Well, you're kind of at the wrong time of the day. They're here at the night, usually.
I figured, but I was hoping to grab a name.
Oh,
Maybe a description.
Well, I mean, there's a few of them that come in and out of here. You know, they try not to stick with the same person twice. A lot
Makes
of times.
sense, yeah. Mostly because a lot of them will either be on a run or in jail. So.
Well, yeah. Well, another thing, you're going to find some of them at the nightclubs because they sell to a lot of the partiers.
Yeah.
But those are kind of the mid-level guys. You know, those aren't the guys who ship it in and out or
I'm looking for-
anything. They come in here and they buy it and then they take it over there. That's just the way they do.
I'm looking for more employment levels.
Oh, you want a job?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the one who was in here yesterday, or last night, I guess you could say, was named Rembrandt. Or that's the name he went by. Now, I don't know if that's really his name or not.
Probably
but
not.
he was one of the angel dust stealers. It's a very big trade here.
I want to buy some just so I can go, oh, angel dust. Throw it at him.
Anything else I can help you with?
No, but I'm glad that I met you because we might, some of my other friends might want to talk to you.
Okay.
They like the tinkering.
Okay. My name's Jordan, if you need me.
Yep.
But you didn't hear that from me. Or from Shaylana. It's Jordan. But you didn't hear that from me.
I did not hear that from you.
Okay.
Or Shaylana.
You didn't either.
Oh.
Okay. Bye. Duck out.
Yep.
Alright.
About the time the actresses arrive.
No, you've been there, but you've been not even able to talk because you're just winded from trying to keep up. But Shaylana is gone. She booked it out. And I assume you guys head towards the inn?
Library first, because I want
Okay.
to let them know where we're
Alright. For the sake of brevity, we're going to cut to that. You're still finishing reading about Armont. You're still looking for words in the dictionary that Corbin may not know. Do you have any others you want to try on him?
Are you a pathologist?
Natural 20. What is it?
I don't know that
Yeah.
one.
What
to be
is it?
honest.
Define it for me so I
It's,
can school you.
Yeah, right. The branch of medicine concerned with the size and frequency of doses of medicine or drug.
I haven't done much in the way of dosages, but I'm familiar enough, yes.
Here's poison.
It's a fancy word for an anesthesiologist almost.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Welcome to the
Right.
Drunken Pony
I think
Pub,
it's a
where
less
it's also
fancy
educational.
word
Yeah,
for
I-
anesthesiologist.
The three of you come into the library. You see the same thing, these constructs going back and forth, carrying books up and down shelves. The man who introduced himself as Leopold is still reading a romance novel, now elbows up on the table, flipping through.
God, this is the entire city of boring.
Oh, ink!
I'm downstairs.
Yeah, you don't see him just
Okay,
yet.
okay.
It's
Yeah,
too
okay,
big to
yeah.
hear him.
I was trying to be expedient, but okay.
but it's not going to take long for them to find you
I
regardless.
walk up to the front desk.
Yes.
Where is the smart guy?
What do you look like?
Have you ever heard of My Chemical Romance?
I don't look
Yes,
like that.
a very popular band here.
Like that, except a little bit more noble.
Does he have a construct with him?
Yes.
Ah, they're upstairs, next floor.
I.
So you guys arrive, find them reading books.
Just walking like jocks with some nerds.
Some nerds.
I'm gonna look around for a book on Iapetus.
Oh, put the bomb on the table.
Okay. The history section downstairs has books of the Titans. There's one that is called the Book of Titan. It is, however, written as not for checkout.
I need to check it out. Just need to read it.
I mean, you won't be checking
So
it out.
Checking it out.
How much time do you want to spend reading this book? You guys are all pretty tired, by the way. You have just gone through the night.
Yes.
I'm reinvigorated.
I'm willing to read until everybody else is dying as well.
Okay. Golly. Okay, so you are reading the... Are you just going to read the history of the Titans, or are you specifically looking for things on Iapetus?
Iapetus.
Iapetus specifically. Okay, that won't take you long then. Because they are sectioned off according to the individuals themselves.
I want to learn what he's
I will
about.
read the section on him specifically
I want
from
him
the
to
encyclopedia
skills.
that I've created. From the darkest corner of South Terra, a drow by the name of Iapetus formed his own revolution against the Five during the Great Uprising. His force of deadly mages and shadow-touched assassins fought at the Battle of Redthorpe, where Number 2 made their final stand. Technically not a part of the Titans until after the fall of the Five, Iapetus begrudgingly joined in a promise that he would receive his own city and a station similar to that of Kronos himself. A compromise was struck, and Iapetus took the island of Necropia. He elevated it towards the heavens, connecting it by an ethereal bridge to North Pass. He still rules the city today.
And that's why we're not going there.
You gotta kill him eventually if you want to finish this.
We
Not right away.
He's a very strong. Now, if we can just,
I
take
mean, if
over.
dude has his own island, we're not fucking with him right
Well,
now.
I mean, like, if
It's a
they have
city.
some sort of rocket
City.
power
Very, very
center,
big
all
city.
they
It's
do
a
is try and
metropolis.
nuke.
But that is what Necropia is. The giant
Roll
place.
Earth into the ground.
Sounds like we're
Excavate, excavate.
Remember in Fortune Unleashed where Starkiller throws the Star Destroyer into the ground?
Yes.
I mean, we
Alright,
have all.
but
the
you've all pretty much gathered what you're going to gather. I assume you're all going to the inn.
I
Yeah.
need one more book.
Begrudgingly.
Smithing for Dummies.
Okay, you can check that out.
That-
Smithing for Dummies.
That can I check out the Black Pearl book as well, or just books related?
Yes, you
to
can.
it?
You can check that one. You can check out some different marine books as well.
I'm gonna do that.
Awesome. I need to get a notebook like this because I'm going to keep track of skills as well for you guys.
Ink, have you heard of a demon by the name of Asmon?
Asmon.
Yes.
I ain't got
Yes,
any
there are legend lores of a demon of the waters known as Asmon. Once was a pirate himself, took on some sort of ethereal oath, or demonic
Warlock.
oath, depending on what it is. Definitely a warlock rogue, you know. But the magic that he was given was not something that anybody should have ever had. He had the ability to summon a sea dragon, which he would use to fight for him. He supposedly was slain by the original pirates as a group effort shortly after the arrival of the Five. That being said, nobody who was alive then is alive now to actually prove that that ever happened.
What was his name again?
Asmon.
Okay, so Asmon was kind of like the whole reason the Pirate Lord thing became a thing.
Yes.
He was like the boss of all pirates, had a pet snake, but not like more like
Serpent, yes.
yeah, but in the water.
Sea serpent.
Yes. And then the original Pirate Lords came together and beat his ass, and then they kind of passed down the mantle. Whenever they got old and retired, they handed it off to like their first mate or maybe like another crew that was like part of their entourage, or if they got killed by another pirate lord, kind of like Dick Rogers did to Blackbeard, they kind of take on the title and yeah.
I see. Well, I think gathered everything we can here. Or at least for now. I would love to spend more time here, but I feel you've come together. Is correct?
Well, I mean, you guys can do whatever the fuck you want, but there's this inn/drinking place called the Construct Place.
The Construct Concoction.
It's on street number 5. I'm going there. I'm going to sleep, and then I'm going to wake up and rave my ass off.
All right. Any in the book? I got my last question. Any leads on like what in the demonology book? Any leads on like what the skull is for, what it does, if like what the magic and like essence I'm getting off of it is?
Demonic magical essence.
Yes, the sand is made of sand.
Yes, of course.
Give me an investigation check because it's going to require a cross-reference that you're going to have to find.
Okay.
Which, if you've gotten a pretty good idea of the way this place is laid out, so you might be keen to finding it.
Fuck me. No.
No.
I mean, if you insist.
No luck at the moment. Now, if you wanted to spend more time and maybe consult, for instance, the man who's read everything here, you could, or you could just take it for what it is at the moment and then try and find out more later.
I believe I'll stay here. Nomad, you can go with them. I don't think we all came in together, so I assume it's fine if they stay together. Do you have more words for me to define?
No, you won't know this one. Cancer.
Just point at him. Just
I
point
would
at him.
Just point at me.
I would like to make you aware of the fact that my spellbook is analyzing the carcinogenicity of the radiant healing. So I'm very well aware of cancer. Yes.
It's funny to me.
Well versed in chemotherapy.
I don't know. You gotta roll for it, man.
You're good on that one. You're good on that one. That's the whole basis.
Like, after that, I close the book and be like,
This guy's smart.
yeah.
Your appreciation for him has gone up.
Yeah,
You're
I
like,
was
this
like,
is insane. He
I'll
knows
just-
he knows the whole
It's
dictionary.
like, I don't even need this.
You've
I
tried
can
3
just
words
ask
and he
him.
knows all of them.
Later, he's just like, "Hey, what's a
A flubbergoffin.
What's a bandersnatch?
Hey, what's a clitoris?"
I've never found one myself.
I've heard about that, but nothing more.
Myth. It's a myth.
It's a myth. All right,
It's a scary story.
you guys head towards the Construct
Oh,
Concoctioners. Inside, there is a Construct barkeep who is cleaning the bar. There is 2 other bar. You guess they could be barmaids, but they're definitely not dressed like maids. They just look like naked constructs walking around, carrying drinks to people and taking orders. But otherwise, it's laid out like a regular bar.
Bunch of naked constructs walking around, bro.
Naked ladies. I mean, technically, he is naked.
Yeah, so I'm naked.
Yeah, mutual naked. Get in there.
I walk up to the front desk construct.
Yeah.
One room.
Can I help you?
1 room, please.
Just one?
I only need 1.
Of course, yes. Reaches behind desk and pulls out a key. That will be 3 silver.
3 silver.
Thank you. Puts it back down.
Does he know what he's doing?
What do you mean?
Do you have to break another gold? I want to see him fuck up.
You should have still some to not
yeah,
break
I
one.
should.
I don't think you have to at that point.
Yeah, no, I'm still solid.
Okay.
I really just want to see him go.
Who are you? There's more that spell does too once it happens, so don't
Well, I'm
worry.
waiting for it.
I'm gonna do the same. Get
Okay.
a room for myself.
Alright, you all get rooms for yourself?
Yep.
Individuals? And you're not there yet, I know.
Yeah.
You getting your own, or are you going in with somebody?
Well, I'll go with somebody.
Okay.
Just watching you sleep.
I have not been placing Britton anywhere, because I totally forget that you guys have an NPC with you sometimes. But he will also pay
So
for
do we.
the silver. He was probably at the library with you, to be honest, because
Yeah,
I'm
he was,
definitely
because he was
interested in
looking
the
at
books.
books.
I asked Britton a lot of questions, but figured that
He doesn't know words.
no.
The,
I don't know those.
The one, the lady there, the old woman who comes in and reads to the kids. He was like sitting there, like in a corner, like.
Yeah, oh yeah, listening in. The jockey says, "Woof woof." Oh yeah, it does.
Corbin, this little engine really fucking did it.
They thought they could, and they did.
God, is this Britain or is this Slate?
Not much difference at this point.
I love him. Favorite character.
So you all get your rooms. get some sleep. And I assume you all, once you get your 8 hours, would wake back up around nighttime, start of night.
He's still
More like evening, more like early evening.
I sleep in a little bit because I want to be up
Okay.
fairly late.
All right. What would you like? Else would you like to do at the library?
I want to use cross-reference with the guy just about
Sure.
the I don't know if I need to like role play it or just talk about it, or if you just want to give it a roll.
You can role play it
I mean,
because you're gonna have to convince him or explain to him what you're looking for exactly.
yes. Oh, I'm not sure what I'm looking for.
You have to mention the skull.
I was having, excuse me, sir. I was having some trouble finding,
Please call me Leopold.
Leopold?
Yes.
Of course, Leopold. I was looking for,
And I move my jacket a little bit.
this was one of the, I mentioned the cult activity. This is one of the fetishes being used in the ritual. I was looking to see if there's any information I'd have.
The skull drilling in the top tells me this is some sort of summoning item. This candle would be placed there. At the point that the candle reached the bottom, a spell was supposed to take place. Now, the ideal situation, you would have the skull of the demon themselves. This, however, does not seem to be one. Likely this was a follower of the Armand that you were looking
I
for.
believe Elvin.
Yes.
That's relevant.
Armand's skull would be much larger. But, assuming it probably is still on this realm.
How much larger?
Sets it down on the desk. I mean, your average demon is going to be about twice the size of the regular man, so maybe it's called twice the
Is that how
size.
big the one that the guy was using was?
Approximately, yes. Now that would, of course, be the ideal situation. To summon the demon, you have the body of the demon. It makes it the easiest way to channel. Using a devout follower, however, comes as a very close second. Now, most likely that was what this skull was used for, was some sort of summoning ritual. In fact, I would be willing to bet, judging by the wax that is still on the surface here, this was used recently.
Yes.
And I would imagine it was not successful, because it does not look like the candle completed itself before it was ripped from it. So for whatever reason, the ritual was cut short.
Yes. I believe that we did encounter the demon's actual skull. Another skull much larger, too unruly for me to bring with me.
Oh, interesting.
This
Now,
one was found.
The museum or the institute would love to have that. That's a classic, but also understand if it would be better fit on a shelf. I like to collect things myself, and that's what I would do.
It is not. It's in the property of
Oh, good man. Yes, I would just make sure it definitely stays under lock and key because it's not something you want a devout cultist finding. Unless it's something you're interested in. Of course, I don't judge anyone on their religion, and if that's something you would rather pursue, I'm sure there's people that you could find that would involve you in that.
More just looking after the victims to make sure they're alright.
Of course, yes.
Ritual.
But here's your skull.
Alright, so is there any magical property inherent to this itself? Or anything that
It
this
itself,
can be used for?
honestly, probably not. It would likely only be used for that. Now, there are some other spells that involve using someone of a devout religion to cast something else. It does not necessarily have to be the religion for the casting. Again, I believe we may have discussed demons before, but some necromantic abilities with demons would involve that. Taking somebody who is a devout follower of Palor, their body or skull, for instance, could be a very strong casting focus for something in their abilities. Likewise, something could perhaps be used in the opposite.
And what was sort of it, I guess if we're talking about like spells that this could be used as a focus for to help with. What kind of spells would be
Probably
about?
cleric spells.
This is Nita Brand, I guess. Like, the guy I read about.
You would probably have to use this as a focus for some of the either like Death Cleric would be a very good one to use this as a spell focus.
Okay.
Perhaps, honestly, a Death Paladin would likely be able to use this as a focus as well if you wanted to embed a skull like this into a weapon of some kind. However, you have a maul that's already acting as your focus for things.
Yeah. Decoration.
But a Necromancer probably could. You would just have to adapt it to be your focus. But it'd be a spell focus. It wouldn't be a component. So
I'm not a focus caster. All right.
Right.
Thank you for your time.
Anytime. I'm always here. It's what I love to do.
Oh, one last question.
Yes.
You just being you read through the books. The ritual failed. I want to make that said. A young woman was on the edge of death. We arrived in time to
We
save
get to
her.
hear that.
Runes were carved into her back. The caster came to me about interrupting the ritual. We fought him. Unfortunately, we had to do away with him. I want to make sure that there isn't going to be any lingering effects that could potentially harm the girl, or if she's been taken over by something. If you have any idea.
That is honestly very hard to say. In many cases, there are lingering effects from these sort of things, mostly in the form of PTSD, of course.
Of course.
But sometimes you will find small remnants of the creature that should have taken hold manifest itself within them. Greater restoration abilities tend to cleanse this of them, or long-lasting rituals with a priest of a opposite alignment from the creature that was supposed to take hold of them. Or be summoned, depending on whether it was a possession or a summoning alone. Both of them can involve the removal of a person's soul.
Thank you.
Of
This
course.
will prove invaluable to help in the patient. So,
Anytime.
of course.
So-
And your name was
Leopold.
Leopold.
I'm one of those people who knows a little about a lot, but not a lot about a little.
Can you spell that for me, bro?
Leopold. Leopold.
Exactly how I spelled it. That's cool.
Look at them rings.
I believe the term we are looking for is ice.
Ah, look at that ice.
It's my drip, bro.
Keep the ice breath.
Is
Look
that
at-
what drip means? Is drip jewelry?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm so confused. I
Drift's just fashion.
Yeah, drip's just fashion.
I just hear drip everywhere.
Respect
I'm like,
the
what
drip,
the fuck
Karen.
is even it? Like,
It's
Your drip is just your fit.
I hear drip and I'm thinking like
the drip,
dabs.
Karen.
Drip the drip. Yeah, he puts those on so that he can ask constructs to let him out of jail.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to the inn and I'm passing the fuck out.
Okay, you pass out. What time? I know this is kind of off camera meta here, but what time is it right now as far as availability?
It is 9:30,
9:30.
and our
In the
current
morning.
recording time
About
is an hour 26.
9:30 in the
26.
morning.
Yeah, 30 minutes.
Yeah, well, I mean, is everybody going to be good to go one more if we want to cut this one here and then do one more real quick? That way we could just get one more for funsies, because I'd like to continue this, but I also think this is a really good stopping point for this one. I know it's a little bit short on an episode, but
It's fairly short, yeah.
sometimes it's nice to have a short one every once in a while, too.
yes for me because I really do have to pee.
It's gonna come down to
Okay.
me and you.
Yeah.
Go, regardless, go pee.
I mean,
It'd be
Get
just
outta
one
here.
more.
I was waiting.
Go!
Alright,
Another
let's
short
cut it
one.
right here, and we're going to do one more.
I've
fairly
already
short
cut it by this point.
Okay, yeah.
Because
So say your outro so we can cut to that.
Oh, see y'all.
Deuces.
sorry, I was waiting for